Hello. Hello, world.
How y'all doing? Welcome to our new show, Cigars and Bullshit Weekly, episode 1 on YouTube.
Reporting here live from the land of Dade, South Dade to be exact, for the Ashes Cigar Lounge.
It wouldn't be Cigars and Bullshit without the cigars. Today I'm smoking a Casa Cuevas, really good stick, 60 gauge.
Yeah, I'm smoking a house blend from a place called D. Lopez. I found up in one of the nearby counties. Today we're going to talk about cigar shops and customer service.
Top 10 cigars.
Oh, and top 10 cigars.
And we're also going to bring it closer. We're also going to be talking about our top 10 cigar brands. I believe so. A little bit of sports, a little bit of music, a little bit of everything. Just weekly events pretty much for those who haven't watched our last couple episodes on Facebook and Instagram.
Pero yo creo que el restaurante se era un restaurante.
You said it all. So yeah.
First thing I want to discuss. Is, well, more so than discuss, I guess the right word would be to commend LeBron James. I sent you the link not too long ago, man. He now holds the record for most double-figure points back-to-back in a row. I believe it's 867. Jordan had 866. I felt it was only fitting to talk about this because we're always having that comparison about Jordan versus LeBron, who's better and whatnot. What are your thoughts on that, man, as far as him breaking that record?
Like I said, he's not the greatest now, but he's definitely, in my opinion, going to retire as the greatest. You know, records are meant to be broken, man. You know, somebody's got to be better than Jordan eventually. You know,
One day somebody will be better than LeBron. It only happens. It's only a matter of time.
that's what I'm saying. Only a matter of time. The league is wide open now. You know, it's not as the defense is not as tough as it was in the '80s. So I mean,
A lot of rules have changed also. A lot of
Yeah.
rules have changed. You know, I mean, I hate to also do these player comparisons because at the same time, you got to remember, we got these players that are once-in-generation players or once every couple of decades, man. So I believe we need to cherish the moments that we see in person because, you know, there's things that we'll never see again. So, you know, comparisons all aside, now we should just appreciate what we're seeing, not just in basketball, but all in sports. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the whole Jordan-LeBron debate, it's great to debate about, man, but just appreciate the time that you watch LeBron play some of the best basketball that you must have ever seen or will see. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, that's what I'm saying. Congratulations to him. I hope next year. Hold on. Fucking airplanes. Anyway,
Those that don't know, we're right by Tamiami Airport.
yeah, we're right by an airport, right across the street. But yeah, I think he's gonna retire the greatest of all time. I hope next year he comes to the Heat. Honestly,
Until the next person comes around.
yeah,
Until the next person comes around, he'll be the greatest of all time. Because you know what I'm saying? There's going to be always some person better at some aspect of the game than one of the greats themselves. That's what I'm saying. I thought Larry Bird was a great shooter until you see somebody like Ray Allen. We thought Ray Allen was a great shooter until we see somebody like Stephen Curry. That's basically the point I'm trying to make. But sports in general, especially the NBA, man, it's just a beauty to watch right now. I'm having a lot of fun watching it, seeing these records, and just partaking in the things that I see happen. So I'm loving it.
So congrats to LeBron James. My nigga. My motherfucker.
I think he's going to be on Miami next year, to be honest.
You think that's a possibility?
I think so, because you know what? I've seen him because I say that because let me get this really quick. I say that because why do I think LeBron's coming to Miami? It's not just because of what Skip Bayless said. We all know Skip Bayless says what he's got to say for some views and everything. But it's more so the fact that I seen LeBron post on Instagram. His wife posted also, but I'm just going to speak on LeBron's behalf. He posted on Instagram he was wearing the South Beach kicks. You know what I'm saying? The South Beach LeBrons that he had when he was playing on Miami. And in a caption, in a hashtag, he said LeBron Watch 2018 or something along those lines. So it really makes you think. As people just want to talk about him and make these assumptions, it's like he's creating this publicity and propaganda for himself. So you know what I'm saying? I think it's definitely a possibility. We'll have to clear some payroll, man, but we all know Riley's a mastermind. If it happens, it happens. He'll find a way to make it work.
I don't think he should have left. You know, I think he had I mean, neither him or Wade, they had a good nest built here.
You know why he left?
It was a contract situation.
Not just the contract situation, but it's also the fact that, you know, LeBron was younger. He thought he was manager. He wanted the team to be his. He wanted control of his team. He wanted his people to run the team. He wanted his people to be a part of the team. He wanted everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? And now, since I think he's been back with the stint on Cleveland, I think he's realized that he can't do all that. He needs people who really know the game to put a team together, the right players together, not just looking good on paper, but a team that'll work together so that he can get that success that he continues to want.
Do you think that he can be competitive with him?
Definitely. The only team they'd have to worry about, in my opinion, is Boston with Kyrie Irving, young players they've got, and Gordon Hayward, who's been out for the whole season. So I definitely think so, man. I mean, any team LeBron's on is going to have a chance.
Yeah, I think he'll make another finals this year.
I'm not so sure about. I can't co-sign on that.
Why not?
There's just a lot of things going on right now. I mean, they're just not a very solid team right now.
The great ones show up when it's time, man. They show up when it's time.
Well, thank God for Ray Allen in 2013. Even though LeBron did have a great game, that game, for Game 6, that we almost lost to San Antonio. Might have to be holding the phone a little closer.
I just can't see Boston going to a title. I can't see Boston going to a title.
I think that they're the best team in the East right now. They're playing the best. They got really good coaching, so I don't see why not. I'm saying you might have to hold the phone closer so it's because you got it far from me. I don't know if it's picking up what I'm saying. You got your hand in the way now, man. You're not paying attention. But other than that, we could have a whole debate about that, and we'll have a debate and talk about that in the comments. Now let's go ahead and talk about where do you want to start off from next. Customer service? You want to talk about cigar shops or what?
Let's go to customer service in cigar shops.
What do you want to do within cigar shops?
Say it again?
You talk about customer service as far as cigar shops and hookah lounges and stuff go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where should we start with this without stepping on toes? Should we
Well,
mention?
do you have a place in mind? Without saying the place, do I know the place?
You know all the places. Well, most of them. We'll just do Miami.
Well, first off, let's start it like this. What would you define or explain as good customer service at a cigar shop or hookah lounge?
I think good customer service is a person working the front desk is knowledgeable about the products in there. They're helpful. They offer you some coffee, water.
Do you feel that something like water should be complimentary for the people in the lounge, or do you think, as far as them charging for that, that's not necessarily good or bad customer service?
I think coffee and water should be complimentary. I think soda, beer, and if you have wine license, that should be chargeable. But water and coffee, I mean, it should be free, basically.
They're not really that expensive to maintain.
No, they're not expensive. It's not hurting your pockets. But I just like walking in the shop, seeing a person behind the counter they're happy to see you there,
Yeah, they have appreciation towards their customers, especially the returning and the regular ones.
They're helpful. They're not badgering you, man. They're not following you around, seeing if you're stealing shit, But they're helpful. They let you know if you need the help, they're there.
Right.
And they leave you alone.
You don't have to feel like you're bothering them or hindering anything that they're doing, or even being embarrassed to ask something if you're that type of person who's a little shy and whatnot.
Exactly. What do you feel? Let you get some camera.
Well, I feel a lot of the same ways as far as that being good customer service. I'm not going to hold it against the shop if they want to charge for coffee or something, or if they want to make it complimentary, that's great. But, I can understand they've got to make money and they've got a shop to maintain and all that. Now, what do I think is good customer service in a cigar shop or a hookah lounge? I think it's somebody who won't just treat the customer with respect and let them know that they're there if they need anything, but also somebody who's willing to have a conversation. Maybe make it like a personal relationship among friends or something else. If you're going to be a regular, like I was saying, if you're going to be a regular somewhere or whatnot, then, you definitely want to feel like you could be approachable towards the person, vice versa, same way, either way around. So I think that makes great customer service. It also shows that a person cares that they've earned your business, or a person cares that you're there and whatnot. I really like the point that you made about them feeling happy you're there. It shows that they appreciate your business, but then they also care for you as a person. I also don't like it when I go into a cigar shop and there's somebody too pushy or watching around everywhere I go, because, more or less I know what cigar I want. But if there's a cigar I'm looking for and I don't see it on the shelf, then, I'll come up to you and I'll ask for something. But more or less I know what I want to smoke, I can understand if somebody's new or whatever. If somebody does say they want continued assistance, then of course. But yeah, that's basically what I think of what good customer service.
Somebody recommending you a cigar, you smoke it, and you don't like it.
You mean as far as somebody who's actually working there? Or anybody who's You see, I don't really have that issue too much because I know more or less what I like to smoke, but yeah. The thing is it's a little touchy. It's a little bit of a touchy subject because, everybody has a different taste palette. But if I like a full-bodied cigar, don't go ahead and recommend me a medium body, claiming that it, tends to be like a full.
All right, we're back on it. You gonna get on the show, man?
All right. So, what was I gonna say? You remember where I left off? So, returning exactly from the point we were at.
Talking about customer service and cigar shops.
Talking about customer service and cigar shops, what makes good customer service. Going through a lot. We just spoke about LeBron and Jordan.
Okay.
You might have to come back out.
Give me the topic, right now.
Yeah, we're gonna maybe get you next week or something. We'll give you some knowledge.
She has something to say about LeBron.
Yeah, as you can see, we're gonna have some people on this show and whatnot that want to be a part and want to partake in what we're doing. So. Yeah, that's basically what I think of good customer service. YouTube had a problem. We apologize about that. We had to restart the app, so I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit. But yeah, that's basically what I think good customer service is, man. And I don't think it's a very hard thing to do. If it is, then it's probably not the job for you. Now let's talk about some of our favorite cigar brands, unless you got more that you'd like to add to that.
Well, I'll mention first that I won't talk the negatives. But I'll just shout out some shops with good customer service. I say here at Ashley Cigar Lounge, West Kendall.
London Square,
Here in London Square, you can look it up.
120th and 117, across from Tamiami Airport.
Yeah, just look for Tamiami Airport. Give a shout out to, I say Cuban Crafters in the Little Havana area. I'll say, as far as Miami, I'll say Top Notch is pretty good. Up in Miami Gardens. Say Neptune, you know.
As far as pricing, it's definitely you got to check out Neptune. Nobody has prices anywhere comparable to that.
Yeah. Those are say 3 off the top of my head that I recommend if you come to Miami to check out. That's what I would say off the top of my head. 3 to check out in the Miami area. We'll talk about probably next show throughout cigar shops in the state of Florida. It's a little bigger discussion. Anyway, let's talk about your top 10 favorite brands right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good thing to discuss right now, man, because I'm learning of some new ones the more I smoke as well.
Anyway, yeah. As far as my personal favorites, currently, I would say.
If you're talking about brands, are you talking about any cigars in particular, or like brands meaning just like the manufacturer of the cigar? It's a very broad.
Brand is kind
Let's
of.
just say top 10 favorite cigars.
Okay, favorite cigars. We won't go brand because that's very broad. A lot of people make a lot of shit. They don't even let the public know that they make it.
First of all, before we do that, what's your everyday smoke? What's a couple of smokes that would be your everyday smoke that you know what you're getting day in and day out, and it fills your palate for what you want?
AJ Fernandez, New World. AJ Fernandez, Enclave. I have to go to oldie but goodie when I'm really just don't give it.
That's one of my disappointments right there.
What?
You said Oliva?
No. I said Enclave.
Okay.
I still smoke them. I'll say Rocky Patel. It's probably 3, 4. But when you put me on last, when you put me on last week at Casa Cuevas.
This Casa Cuevas right here?
No. The Las Vegas.
That's my father's cigars.
My father, Las Vegas. Excellent smoke.
Las Vegas
Cubanas. Might be number 4 right now for me. 5 probably would be.
You're not doing these in any particular order.
No, not no particular order. Just 5 I like right now. When I don't want to be in the shop for a long ass time, I get a big ass asylum. What the fuck? I'm watching a game or one.
Yeah, you know you're gonna be chilling for a couple of hours. You want something that lasts.
Yeah, so I get that. Also probably. What's that big one in there called? The big one. It's like an asylum, but it's got the red label, big, like a brick. It was number 1 in the world 2 years ago. All right, it'll come to me. Gotta say my own brand, Tres Lindas. Yeah, fuck you.
Which of the Tres Lindas is your favorite? You have a go-to?
Negrita,
You like the 60 gauge, right?
60 grades Negrita. There's the one I like called Murcielago by I can't remember his name right now. It's called a Murcielago. It's probably 6.
Still put the original Henry Clay up there, or that doesn't really make the list for you?
Haven't had it in a long ass time. I had that in part 2, and it was poo poo. Yeah, but the original one was a good smoke.
Of the New World, since you're naming 10 of them, which New World do you prefer, the original blend or the new one that you've got?
Original by far. I like the AJ Monte Cristo he did. That's excellent.
You know what I actually tried, man?
What?
I tried the Hemingway
From
Toro Fuente.
how was it?
Good smoke, man. Good smoke. Good solid $11 spent on that.
I've never, to be honest, never smoked an Arturo Fuente.
The only problem is, man, it's not that big of a stick. At least the one that I bought. I can get for about $11. You can done with it in about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So it's not really a long smoke, but it's delicious.
What am I, number 7 now? Padron 7000. That's the regular Padron, not that expensive 1926 shit. I only smoke that on birthdays and New Year's and shit.
So that's one of your celebratory.
Yeah, that's a celebratory. But the Padron 7000, always good go-to. It always tastes the same.
You still like the Serie V, or you think that fell off also?
Fell off, man. Something happened to Oliva. And,
I agree. I feel the same way. Very, very disappointed.
something happened with the blending. I don't know what's going on down there. They don't taste the same.
Problem is, the market's getting so competitive right now and saturated with different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're not really bringing anything new to the table to stay consistent with that.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like what happened with Toys R Us. Well, that's a very touchy subject, but you know, you
Yeah.
gotta do new things to stay competitive, to remain in the game,
Yeah.
and to let your, if they know your name, you want them to remember your name. You want to continue from that. You don't want to fall off at all, because this cigar industry, you'll fall off quick, and that's been evident right now, in my opinion.
Well, I got 3 more.
What about Partagas?
Partagas. The Partagas is eat something before you smoke, motherfucker.
What about any of the PDRs?
PDR 1878, is it?
I believe so.
Good smoke. And I probably ended up with LFD. That's another eat something or you're gonna throw the fuck up. But that's
I've
a
had that happen
strong.
almost a couple of times, man.
That's a strong man's smoke, not for weak stomach motherfuckers. You gotta eat a nice steak or a hamburger.
You'll be detoxing from the front and the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So that's my.
You'll know it's evident when you begin getting those sweats.
That's my go-to 10. I'm gonna let my man give his go-to 10 right now.
And before we go to my top 10, I want to ask you: are you more of a full body? You're a medium guy, medium to full body. What are you? What would you consider yourself more as? What's your preference?
I like to start the day with a medium to full, and at the night, full body.
That's like dessert time right there.
Yeah.
So cigars are safe to say like your dessert.
Yeah, right now I got a medium right now. Medium, nice start the day, first cigar of the day. It's big, but it's not that strong. It looks stronger than it is. It's not strong enough.
And the fact that it's so big could be used for another time the next morning or something as well.
Yeah.
All right, now as far as my top 10 go, let's see. Again, in no particular order. I'm gonna go ahead and start off similar. I'm gonna go with the New World Great Everyday Smoke, the original blend, of course. It's just so delicious, man. It always has a good draw. It's very consistent throughout and never disappoints. I can honestly say that. Another one that I began smoking pretty regularly has been the, like I introduced him that he was talking about, the My Father Cigars, Las Vegas Cubanas. Terrific smoke, very mellow, very good aftertaste, not bad at all. Let's see, from here it gets a little tricky. I also like, what's it called? I wish I could be in the cigar shop right now because trying to come up with the top of my head with this is a little confusing. What are those ones in the corner right there? The 1888. You said you didn't care for it too much, but Lewis smokes it a lot. I don't remember the company that makes it right now. They had a, not too long ago, they had a event here.
Clovis?
Huh?
Clovis?
No. I have to get back to that one. I'm very disappointed that I don't remember it. Oh, Villager. I like the Villager. I know you're not a big fan of that one, but Villager 1888, very good smoke. I highly recommend that one too. Another one, number 4, again in no particular order. Casa Cuevas, man, very great stick. Number 5, I'm gonna have to go with the Henry Clay. I know the original cheap one. Very solid, very smooth. Very good for a beginner smoker too. You know, if you're not too experienced, it won't disappoint you at all. Let's see what follows that. I like the Enclave by AJ Fernandez. That one's really solid. A couple of AJ Fernandez is like, you know which one you forgot that I think you put on your list too? The AJ Fernandez in collaboration with H. Upman. Do you remember what the name of that one is called? Or is that simply what it is? AJ Fernandez and H. Upman collaboration. It's got like a light blue wrapper. Very solid cigar. It's another one that I like to smoke here regularly. What's that?
It's delicious.
Yeah. Very good smoke. Hard to come by over here because it really sells fast as soon as they get it. Another one that I've been trying to get you to try, but they sold out as well. There's a car trying to sound like a rice machine breaking down, or like one of these planes flying overhead. That one I told you about, that craft series by, I can't remember the company right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm forgetting about the names of these companies. I should have done more of my homework and been more prepared, but we're doing this on the fly. What's the name of that company that makes the craft series I've been telling you about? Perdomo Craft Series, man. Excellent to have with a beer, man. Especially ones like Oktoberfest and whatnot, things like that. Another one you left out. Another AJ Fernandez, and I want to see your face when I mention this one because I know you love it. AJ Fernandez, Last Call. Terrific. I like both blends of it that they have, the Maduro and Habano, I believe it is. There's probably some I'm leaving out, man, but that definitely makes my 10 right there. I also mentioned the Hemingway by Arturo Fuente. 858 is all right, man, but that's more of a beginner smoke, so I'm gonna go with that Hemingway, and that basically rounds out my top 10. But unlike you, dog, I'm more of a medium body, medium to full guy myself. I gotta put some weight on, man. That shit'll knock me flat on my ass, man. I get the sweats between the ass cheek.
Sweats dripping down your butt cheeks, dog. Like Biggie.
And it comes down my nifkin like Niagara Falls. But yeah, that's basically my top 10. So what do you want to discuss next? I'm gonna light my cigar right quick because I've been babysitting a little bit. Anything you want to say about that last caller, that Upman collaboration with AJ?
That Upman and Last Call is camera, right? It's a delicious cigar, man. It really is. It's an experience. Also, you know, I haven't mentioned it, but I've been smoking some Cubans lately.
Unfortunately, we couldn't talk much about those because they're not in the States.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and discuss it. I talk about it anyway.
People say they don't got it no more. They're fucking lying. They still got the juice, okay? I had that, had that Cohiba. I had one called El Perdito. It's kind of like a working man smoke down there. Both fucking fire. I had one on New Year's, of course. There's, you can't get them everywhere. But they still got the fire, man. They put it deep in Nicaragua's ass, okay?
Just about everything deep goes in those motherfuckers' asses.
Yeah, put it in Dominican Republic's ass too. Don't get crazy. I know you guys like to talk shit in Miami.
We just state facts. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The opinions are my fact. The opinions are the facts of those who speak the bullshit.
Yeah. We're speaking of bullshit now. That's it. We did both of our topics for the day. We'll save the rest for next week. But let's get on to some bullshit. Let's get on some fucking bullshit.
Well, what's been some bullshit that's been on your mind? What do you think of, let's talk about some bullshit. I think this is some real big bullshit right here. What do you think about 50 co-signing Teriyaki 6ix9ine?
50 did the same thing with Soulja Boy. He did it with another motherfucker. I forgot his name. 50 just tried.
But when he did it with Soulja Boy had a record.
Well, apparently this kid is selling records too, man. Streaming. They say he did 20,000 streams.
That's it?
40,000 or some shit.
That's all it takes to be king of New York, man. You New York motherfuckers gotta step the fuck up.
Yeah, you New York niggas fell the fuck up.
Letting a 19-year-old with rainbow hair run your shit.
New York is
Come
soft.
on, man, that's soft.
You guys soft as cookie dough now, man. But yeah, apparently he's the king of New York, man. So, what can you say, man? It's not my time now.
I think New York needs a savior. Somebody from the Northeast, please.
But,
Dave East, please. That's what I gotta say about that. Dave East is my guy.
I gotta listen to more Dave East.
Freddie Gibbs.
I fucks with Freddie Gibbs. Well, yeah, I think 50 just making another calculated fucking move. Trying to stay relevant as usual.
Well, he's staying relevant with his TV show and a movie that he's also got, The Oath. But is this more of a business move in your opinion? Or is it more of a shot at YG?
Wow. It's just a fucking 50 being 50, man. You know he's a fucking troll.
The biggest troll, man.
Yeah,
Motherfucker's got a diamond on his belly. That's pretty fucking big. I'm sorry,
I don't know what
please
that
don't
means.
attack me now if you ever see this 50 shit.
I don't know what the fuck that means. Sounds hunty.
Remember those treasure trolls there? Spiky hair and the
Oh,
and stuff?
oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about belly rings now. A treasure troll, the treasure troll dolls that they had in the 90s. Not that I've ever owned, but you know, they had the diamond on the stomach. That's where, come on, that's where y'all bitches got that idea for the fucking belly ring. Get the fuck out of here.
Cigars and
Or
bullshit.
some of you hunties.
Cigars and bullshit don't co-sign belly jewels. Anyway. Yeah, he's just being 50 trolling the fuck out. You know? So, yeah. What other bullshit's going on you want to talk about?
What's that?
What other bullshit out there you want to talk about? What other bullshit out there you want to speak about?
I know we spoke about this last week, but the fact that this is on YouTube, these Miami Dolphins are bullshit. I had some talk with my boys. They're trying to say that Frank Gore is some noise. Yeah, he's had some good seasons, man. But it's like when Wade went to Chicago, you know, there just wasn't much left in the tank. Speaking of tank, he ain't that no more, man. He's, what is he, 35 or 36 now?
than me. That was 37, right?
Something. I'm about as excited as Dolphins getting Chris Carter. Y'all remember that? I know you don't remember that too well.
I didn't know he played for them. Must have played a weekend.
But what do you think of your Steelers right now? Because, you know, this guy over here is a big Steelers fan. What do you think about that shit going on with Le'Veon Bell right now and his contract demands and all that?
That motherfucker, man. He's a nice fucking man.
I agree. He's the best at his position, man. He ain't going to disappoint like no DeMarco Murray. That's for damn sure. But that's basically my bullshit right now, man. You know, the news has been pretty... hasn't been too active lately. You've always got that Donald Trump bullshit that's going on, and we could talk about that for days, but we ain't got that type of time. Man. We got other shit we gotta do. All right, there is one thing I want to talk about.
What?
And this is in.
I'm the taxi driver.
And this is in no
I can't remember everything.
one particular. All these rappers and artists out here, especially in Miami, because I don't know much around the country if they're the same way, but they act like they're hungry. They got a lot of great ideas and everything, but they don't act on that shit. So they keep trying to promote themselves and everything, but they ain't doing shit. Like, what are you trying to promote? Freedom of speech? What do you think about that, man? You know what I'm trying to say. Add more if there's more you want to add. Preach on that shit.
Well, for those of you guys not from Miami, Miami rap is fucking bullshit, man. It's trash. These fucking motherfuckers just talk a lot of shit. And the motherfuckers they don't put anybody on. So, and another problem with Florida in general, we get one rapper every 5 years, it seems like. He usually drugs himself out. Yeah, we have a culture here of guys that's they're just half-ass rappers, man. They talk a lot of shit that are gonna do this and that, and it never happens.
Speaking of Florida rappers, man, what do you think about the prize that's out right now?
Which one?
Don't
Never heard that shit. It's hot.
follow him on Instagram. That's the one song he promotes all the damn time.
I haven't heard
This
this
is that
shit.
3-6 Mafia sample.
What song? I gotta hear it.
The one night one or whatever. What's it called? What are we talking about? Very popular in the 90s.
Late Night Tip?
Yeah. He
You
used a
rap?
sample for that. That's on the radio. That shows you can't listen to the radio right now because he don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He sampled Late Night Tip?
Yeah, and he made it his own song.
Guys, you fucking whack as shit, man. Fuck you, man.
36 Mafia is coming back without even being a group. That's crazy. You got that on the radio right now. But you also have that song with Nicki Minaj. Slob on my knob.
Yeah.
All this 3-6 Mafia back right now, man. Yo, bring this closer, man. You know what? This music industry, and I want to see if you agree with me. This music industry is becoming the movie industry, dog. Everything is being recycled. Everything. All the producers these days to make hits are going back to the classics, the songs that have already been made. It's like they're trying to make a sequel of a different song, but it's got, like Jumanji, for example. Same concept type of movie, but you got different actors playing the part. Music, you got different musicians playing the rapper, the singer, whatever you want to call it. Isn't there any more originality out there? See, a lot of these people could actually do music, don't get signed because they don't want to get butt fucked by the industry.
It was funny, back in the day, they didn't even fuck with 3-6 Mafia. In New York, especially. They hated it. Now they still know that shit.
And now these New York motherfuckers, well, excuse me, you know, I like Nicki Minaj. You know, I like the dude that's on the song. They came correct, they came good on that. But now you're making that shit timeless. So that goes to show you, man, that Southern hip-hop might have been probably the most, you know, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, and I know a lot of the people from New York and the Northeast are going to hate on me, man, but Southern hip-hop might have been probably the biggest movement in rap. What do you think about that, man?
I mean, Yeah, post Biggie and Tupac, yeah.
But have they had the same type of influence that Southern rappers had?
Ooh.
East Coast, West Coast.
East Coast is
Because
foundation.
everybody still talks about Outkast, and now you got these songs by 3 6 Mafia coming back and everything. Everybody's talking about 8 Ball and MJG. Scarface, you don't hear about him too much anymore, but he's a legend. Those Texas rappers. You know what? Now that we're on the subject, before we get off of this, and we're coming up on 42 minutes of cigars and bullshit, I want you to name your favorite area of hip hop and some of your favorite rappers for that area. These people know about JR, you know what I'm saying? If you like Texas, talk about your favorite Texas rappers. And people from the Northeast, talk about your favorite Northeast rappers. What is your number one area that you can listen to every day?
Believe it or not, I said number one area is California.
Over Texas?
Let me explain.
Please explain that.
Because California
Knows how to party?
they know how to party. No, because California, they were the first motherfuckers to go against the New York power structure. They brought in that we don't give a fuck attitude, and they made a way for the South.
By the way, y'all can thank Vanilla Ice for that. You can thank Vanilla Ice for You can thank Vanilla Ice for Death Row getting that money to start that label. You know what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Vanilla Ice, you fucking simp.
Fuck you.
Getting hung over that balcony, motherfucker. Thank you.
Thank you, Suge Knight, you sick fuck.
But I would say, yeah. See, I was raised more on that West First. Ice Cube, ended up Dre. First CD I bought was The Chronic by myself.
CD or cassette?
Cassette. When I was 10 years old, copped The Chronic in my room listening to this negative shit. Mama wasn't happy. Fuck it. And Snoop was my favorite. And then I got on Pac. So I say California is my number one. Number two, I'll just give a quick top three. Two, I'll say Texas, Scarface, Pimp, Bun, Zero, The Crooked, Trey, The Truth, Paul Walker, Millionaire. They kept it real even till this day. They keep it real. They never changed for anybody except for punk ass Lil Flip, who became, I don't know.
What is it about the Texas rap that appeals to you so much? I know the reason, but I want the people watching this to get to know a little bit about more about JR too. Why do you like Texas rap so much?
Laid back feel. They're very just like California. They're really very music knowledgeable.
Bitches. Always talking about the bitches.
Yeah, they talk about bitches. Everyday man music. Talk about cars, pimps. They talk about it's music everybody can relate to. And then after third, I'll say New York up until about, what's going on, man? New York coming to.
You're gonna put that over the South? No.
Well, I'm just
I thought
giving.
South would have made your top three.
I said Texas too.
Texas is the South. I thought you would have talked about some Atlanta. So, it's your list, man. You do you.
Well, just saying my three influences.
Fair enough.
Three, New York City, I gotta give up until early 2000s. The Jiggers, Biggie, Nas, of course. They have the lyrical basis of rap. I think the problem with them, they went away from heavy sampling and then they started copying other people. And that led to their downfall. And
They'll be back.
they'll be back because it's New York City, and that's a.
New New York City is built upon lyricism and everything too, and that just unfortunately isn't in what's right now. That's why Big Crit's not on the radio too much.
Yeah. So those three cities are my three biggest influences. I like Atlanta, obviously, too. New Orleans. You know, that'd be 4 and 5. You know, but just my top 3 to go into that. You know.
Very good reasons, very good reasons. All right, I'm gonna go in order. For me, number 1 would be the Northeast for sure. You know, that's what got me started into hip hop. Prior to that, I was big into rock and everything, and alternative rock and grunge and all that. But you know, I really took a liking for hip hop from New York, and I'm gonna call it hip hop because I do think that's the birthplace for it. It was an industry standard back then. Nas coming out, he had something to say, man. He was talking about real shit every day. Nas was able to teach me through his music about things. It's like he was a history teacher in the form of music. You know, that's something not many rappers can say about themselves. You can listen to Nas and learn something new, and that's amazing. You know, that you can listen to that through music. Definitely Nas. Jay-Z was alright, man, you know, but I stopped listening to him after the Black album. You know, after that, I think was his big downfall. I think that would have been his perfect retirement album. But hey, if you're making money and people are buying into you like they buy into Apple, even though it's the same shit every year, more power to you. Fuck you, Apple users. Anyways, just kidding, because most of y'all are probably gonna watch this on your Apple phones or whatever. We love Apple, of course. A couple of my other favorites from New York, I like 50 Cent. I like 50 Cent because he has that aura around him that he don't give a fuck. He's true to himself, and he does whatever the fuck he wants to do, and I could appreciate that because that's kind of my vibe. So many people I can name right now, and I'm gonna try to make this quick. So we'll talk about this, you know, in another topic, maybe next week or one of the following weeks or whatever. But other than that, where would I go from the Northeast? I go to West Coast, man. Snoop Dogg is my favorite of all time West Coast. You know, I just like the things that he talks about. Nah, Snoop Dogg is my favorite West Coast rapper of all time. No, he can make any type. Oh, LL Cool J, big for the Northeast too. I was a big LL Cool J fan. You know what I'm saying? The way he had that charisma towards the women, he could teach you someone how to back it to it right. Now back to West Coast, California and whatnot. Snoop Dogg is my favorite of all time, man. What can he rap about? What can he speak about, man? You can have a party with Snoop Dogg, you can smoke with Snoop Dogg, you can be on that gangster shit, learning something from Snoop Dogg. You know, there's just so much versatility that he had. Another one was Ice Cube. I loved Ice Cube's mic presence. You knew he wasn't bullshitting nothing. You knew he wasn't faking the funk. Of course, NWA, all the members, Dr. Dre. My opinion, greatest producer of all time. No, very close number 1, I should say, because I've got a couple, but we'll talk about producers in another segment. You know, just all those names. E40, I like E40 a lot, you know. A lot of the things that he came out with that he doesn't get credit for, you know, the ebonics that hip-hop uses right now and everything, you know, that's something that I can really appreciate and come to appreciate. So E40 gets a lot of my love, too. Man, so many people. Hurricane Chris. I love. No, I'm just kidding. I was only joking, dog. I just wanted to be a little funny. What?
He's actually alright.
You Jaquan listening motherfucker. Hey, I got a fake ID though. I'm just kidding. But yeah, then I'd bring it to the South, man. Georgia, Ludacris, T.I. is one of my favorites of all time. You know, it wasn't just trap music and everything, but with Outkast, man, there was a real message in the South that people needed to hear. They still need to continue to hear, man. Shit, even Bubba Sparks, I mean, you know, I'm not just saying it because I'm right, man, but he was a very versatile guy. He could speak some real shit. You could also party with him. Man, there's just so much to go over this topic, but yeah, that's basically my 3 genres in order. Northeast, as far as being an influence on me, not saying my favorite, but as far as my influence, because I do music. As far as what I got, I'm 3-6 Mafia, South, my favorite group of all time. We just got to go over a lot of this. If you got questions, I'll tell you why and everything. But yeah, that's basically my top 3, man. Coming up on 50 minutes, man. So if you want to make it now, we got 10 minutes. If there's anything else you want to speak on, what about some of your favorite producers and why? Unless you want to save that for another segment.
Do it real quick for the last 10, you fucking pricks.
Ihr Arschloch. Like Bloody. Like hemorrhoids.
Colin Kaepernick?
What? What?
Sorry, wrong name. Wrong name.
Oh, shit.
Number 1 of all time, the great Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre took the soul from the 70s, the 60s, put it over, brought that bounce into it. Bounce in the sense of that funk. He brought the funk back, made it gangster. And everything Dre touches goes platinum, from NWA to the Snoop, Dogg Pound, Tupac, Eminem.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to say about Dr. Dre too. I just want to add on to this. I don't mean to interrupt you, but if not for Dr. Dre, we wouldn't have had so many of these names that we have. These people that we look at as influencers that are really influential to the game. We wouldn't have had the Dr. Dre's. We wouldn't have had the Eminems. We wouldn't have had the Ice Cubes. So definitely, probably the most important piece to hip hop out of anyone that's ever done.
Pretty much the most important, I would say, family tree.
You better be cleaning your room. Thank you. You're welcome.
The root being NWA and a world-class wrecking crew. NWA, then Dre, Q, Ren, Easy came out of the tree. Snoop, Dogg Pound, Tupac. Then it split. Bone Thugs came out of that tree also.
This is with Tupac. Tupac would have been around before Dre.
Well, Tupac was always out, but he.
No, that was all Death Row right there.
He joined the fan. He joined
Digital Underground.
He finally got good beats when he went to Death Row.
That is true.
So I put him on the family tree.
Okay. I respect.
He's not in the family.
He's not an original.
Yeah,
he came into light after the fact.
Yeah, he's kind of like he did a LeBron basically. He came to join the All Stars.
And he got his championship.
Yeah. Eminem.
Producer? Oh, you're talking about as far as Drake goes.
I'm talking about all that family tree.
Right.
Eminem, 50 Cent,
50 Cent came from that.
G-Unit, and now Kendrick. Kendrick's was a Dr. Dre fine too.
Is it?
Yeah. The first album he executive produced. I think he did, yeah.
That's right. YG is the one that came up with that.
YG ain't in the tree though.
I'm saying YG is the one that made that statement that he was the first one to come out of the West Coast to help Dre. He came out on his own in the US. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, out of LA, yeah. And even got to say The Game too. First album was on Aftermath. So I think that's the strongest tree in hip hop.
You picking your nose on camera, though?
Huh?
You picking me for gold on camera?
It's scratching my hairy balls. Hairy nose balls.
Why you have hairy balls in your face?
I don't know why I just said that.
Oh shit.
Anyway, second favorite producer, off the top of the head, the man don't get his credit. Great Manny Fresh, my favorite. He produced every track from Cash Money for like 10 years. Every single track you heard, produced by Fresh. I think he single-handedly destroyed No Limit by himself, really, with that hot shit. destroyed No Limit. Juvenile, Lil Wayne.
He got a nice little balance too of a tree going for himself.
Yeah. Well, that's Cash Money tree because
Well, yeah,
man, he quit.
but still very influential people.
Cash Money is very influential. That'll be another discussion on its own because they're the only active label that's.
See how much ideas we got for this show, so y'all better tune in so that we can go real in depth with this shit. More reason for y'all to listen.
Cash Money, yeah. Cash Money's still active for over 25 years, man. People, that'll be another separate discussion. Even though Baby's an evil motherfucker, he's still getting money 25 plus years later. And another one off the top, gotta say DJ Premier for the East. Gangstar, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z.
AZ.
Huh?
AZ too, right?
Did he produce Easy's album?
I don't know, but I know he's tight with Nas though. So I'm assuming so. I'm not sure.
Could have. I gotta look at the first AZ album. Premier's, yeah.
Don't forget I read that song, Reminisce from You, one of my all-time favorites.
That wasn't him.
No?
That's Pete Rock.
I'm feeling it right now, man. So,
He fucking just lost the view for that motherfucker.
I just got a virtual pimp slap from YouTube.
He did. But yeah. We're gonna go deeper into this next week. More production talk. We gotta get into more production talk. Then I'll let him give his three favorite producers.
Alright, and as far as my three go, I'm gonna go with Dr. Dre number one. I'm not gonna say too much that he hasn't already said because he pretty much covered it all with Dr. Dre. Very influential to hip hop, but outside of that, the beats were just amazing and top notch. Didn't have to use samples, man. He created his own shit. So after Dr. Dre, I'm gonna have to go to Primo for the same reasons that he went over, and J.O. went over. I mean, it's some of the best songs you've ever heard from the East Coast were produced by him. You know, I like Just Blaze a lot too, man. Just Blaze, man, those drum samples he had and everything, man, the way he layered those drums, those kicks, everything was just on point, fire. Just amazing. But, you know, as far as another one goes, as far as the third, man, I'm going to have to go with, it's very tough not to have the same list, man, so I'm going to go ahead and put Just Blaze as my number three, man. I really want to go ahead and put Manny Fresh up there too, man, but Just Blaze did some amazing things, so I don't want to copy JR completely. That's basically my top three. We're going to go more in depth with this, like we said, more reasons for our examples and everything. We're going to be free to ask or answer any questions that you all ask in the comments or on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you post this video. So that's basically what's going on with everything, man. Now I guess we'll go over some closing thoughts and everything, because we're coming up on an hour right now, man. We got 1 minute. Hell of a show, hell of a show.
With that said, we signing off, bitch niggas and bitchettes. This is show 4, right?
Show 4, number 1 on YouTube.
First one on YouTube. You can watch the recast on YouTube, Facebook.
You know that this is going to be every Saturday afternoon.
Every Saturday afternoon, talking that cigar shit and that bullshit, motherfuckers. With that said, we signing off. Stop.
Saying that.
Stop.
Sign off, motherfuckers. Peace.